It's the
B Jizzle,
J Pizzle
Show Sizzle on the 30 going in.
So we're here, we're on the 30, we're going in right now. It's going to be a special today. It's going to be an NBA mock 2 day before the draft special.
NBA special.
In the cup. So what we're going to do, we basically going to go ahead and give you guys the top 30 picks, which is the first round. Of the NBA draft.
Give it to you.
And basically, B Jizzle's going to start it off with...
Boom, the first pick goes to breaking news. We got, there was a trade, ladies and gentlemen. The 76ers made a trade with the Boston Celtics to acquire the first pick. The Celtics will now pick third. All indications are from Philadelphia is that they will take Markelle Fultz with the number one pick. We both agree that he's the pick. He's the shooter that they need. They need that type of shooting around the playmaking that's already on the team and the athleticism that's there.
That's going to be a young nucleus. That's going to be really good for years. The second pick is going to be from
the Lakers with Earvin Magic
Johnson. Lakers.
He's ready to get back into Showtime mode, and I think the best way for them to do that is to draft Lonzo Ball.
I don't agree with that. Okay. I think Mr. Fox, but I heard we had some breaking news. That we went ahead and had a trade with the LA Lakers and the
Brooklyn Nets. They now have Jeremy Lin and D'Angelo Russell in their backcourt because D'Angelo Russell and Timothy Mozgov were traded to the Brooklyn Nets today in exchange for Brook Lopez and a future second-round pick. So that definitely shakes up their draft.
Because I had Mr. Fox going to the Lakers if he would have been there, but it's changed up, so I might have to agree with Ball.
Ball is the pick. He's definitely going to get it done. The Lakers should be better in a couple years.
And the third pick is
the Boston Celtics. With this pick, I am going to ride with my boy. He is ready to pick.
I think the go ahead for them to get better is going to be Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is a good shooter. He's off the dribble. He plays a little bit of defense. They need that. They need a wing like that. I mean, you can go Josh Jackson. It's a flip of the coin, really, but it's the shooting that basically puts Tatum above.
We already had our discussion about that, but we gonna go ahead and move forward for the sake of time for y'all folks.
And the fourth pick
is by the Phoenix Suns.
And I feel like they're going to go ahead and pick Josh Jackson. They're going to go right behind each other if it's not the other. So
flip-flop. You can flip-flop it, people. That's all we saying. That's all we saying.
And Josh Jackson, as y'all know, he's super athletic, but he's really just not that great of an outside shooter right now.
No, he needs to work on his outside game. But everybody knows that's something that you can get better.
Definitely. And the fifth pick goes to
the Sacramento Kings.
And I feel like the Sacramento Kings, I had Ball there, but like what I'm saying, since Ball's going to be picked second now with the trade that's been done, I feel like the thing that has to happen is Mr. Fox. I mean, Mr. Fox has to go to Sacramento. He has leadership. He's a Kentucky. He has other Kentucky guys there.
Yeah.
I know Boogie left, but I mean, he still
got Cauley-Stein there.
And you got some young talent there, so I mean he can try to corral those guys and head them towards the future.
It'll be tough for De'Aaron. He's been a winner his whole life. If he ends up going to Sacramento, that'll be a tough transition for him. But if anybody can do it, it's him.
Very much so. So now with the sixth pick, we got the Orlando Magic, and I feel like the Orlando Magic have to hit. And I feel like they're gonna hit with Malik Monk. I feel like that's the pick. That is the exact pick they need. Now, the thing is, this Jonathan Isaac thing is really intriguing here in Orlando because he's 6'10". And we've just witnessed the MVP guy that's close to that, got the same type of range.
Got a couple inches on him.
But he's 19 years old. So, he will get taller, he will get longer.
Yes,
so, therefore, Jonathan Isaac really is a good pick, and I mean, coming down in the draft, they have another pick. I think it's 25th. I think they should package that all up, try to get back up there, and get Malik and Isaac. Boom. Go big.
Go big. Go home. Let's go, Magic.
And even package Aaron Gordon in it.
Stop waiting. Make the move.
Make the move.
Make the move. You got the assets. You got the guy you want in the front office making the moves. Just make the move. Let's go, Magic.
I have full faith in you, Magic. Now we got the seventh pick.
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
And I think Minnesota's missing just that big stretch guy that can shoot, which is going to be the new Dirk, which is Markkanen from Arizona.
Okay.
I feel like
that pick.
he's
He would stretch the floor.
Stretch the floor out, and that's going to help out
Levine.
Everybody, basically, because then it's going to give more space to Big Cat. And Big Cat can expand his game even further.
He don't even need a lot of space, and he still make it happen.
Very much
Big Cat.
Big Cat. With the 8th pick,
we got the New York Knicks.
We got the New York Knicks. Now, the New York Knicks at that pick, I feel like, since I know I gave y'all that package deal and everything with Isaac, but, I mean, if they're going to go Malik Monk, then that means Jonathan Isaac will be available if the Magic don't make the proper moves. So I think the Knicks need to go there. I mean, then you'll have a Porzingis, you'll have a Jonathan Isaac.
Could you imagine the length? That's
you
like
only
the Bucks.
need your point guard. Exactly. You got to go with what the league is going for, and it's going at length at every position.
And athleticism.
So and that's a must.
And he has
if you ain't
all
athletic,
of that.
then you ain't gonna cut. And with the 9th pick,
we got the Dallas Mavericks.
and I call this boy here 0 to 100.
To 100.
Because young Dennis Smith Jr. I feel like he is
State
off the chisel.
Yes, he
underrated. Should be higher. You know what I'm saying? I don't really understand why he is not talked about like the others. Maybe because, of course, he didn't make the tournament and go as far.
But that was because of his teammates and not him.
Correct, but Markelle Fultz is there, so it's kind of weird. I don't know if there's character issues. You know, they like to play that game with us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that could be a part of it or whatever.
Right. Absolutely.
But I feel like that should be their pick.
And at number 10, we got the Sacramento Kings again.
Sacramento's got a lot of picks because they're sorry. I mean, that's just how it happens in the NBA.
They need those. When you trade Boogie, you're going to get some assets.
And that's a good point, because I feel like Zach Collins, the dude from Gonzaga, if you guys watched the Final Four, he was fresh out there. You know, you had the, I think he was from Poland or something, the other guy, the other center, and then you had this guy, the other 7-footer, which the freshman.
Young freshman.
Was nice.
He was given. The only reason why he didn't get a chance to stand out more is because he got into foul trouble early in the national championship game, which I was thankful for, because he had some moves in the post. And for him to only be a freshman, he's very well talented.
And he puts it together
off
in the NBA.
He's going to help the Sacramento Kings tremendously.
Very much so. And Boogie's gone, like we said. And Cauley-Stein is not offensive.
Right. We all know that. He just runs the floor, energy, and gets rebounds. With the 11th pick, we got the Charlotte Hornets.
And I feel like Donovan Mitchell is that guy. And the only reason I say Donovan Mitchell...
Louisville?
Yes. Yeah. The reason I say that is because his versatility and his speed and what he can do and give Kemba in relief. In relief, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that backcourt would be dynamic.
Yes.
To say the least.
And he's got size. He's got size on him. So
very much so.
You know, he can get in the post if he works on that game.
He gets to the bucket though.
Yeah. Oh, he can definitely
if you watch Louisville during the season, he would get there at will.
Right.
And he's playing in the best league. Right. I mean, I give that to y'all. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty good there. Yeah. And he just to the cup.
We play ball. At the number 12 pick, we got the Detroit Pistons.
Detroit Pistons. Now, we hear that Andre Drummond may not may be
Yeah, and I was thinking, chatter, underground chatter right now.
Chatter with, what's his name? Stan Van Gundy usually ends up being true.
Yeah.
We are Orlando fans, and we know how that tape is. So, what I would do, I would basically pick John Collins, the kid out of Wake Forest, that I feel is one of the better power forwards, again, coming out of the best league. Yeah. Couldn't be really stopped at his position against Wake Forest. He was probably the best. Well, he definitely was the best player on the team, I felt.
Right.
And I feel like that's going to definitely elevate their team.
Yeah, I agree. I think he can definitely step in and give them some meaningful minutes, even as a rookie, because right now we know the Detroit Pistons, although they do have KCP, they got Reggie Jackson, they got some young talent, but we can tell, even with Stanley Johnson, he started out his rookie year, he was like he was gonna take that step, and then last year
that Jimmy Butler
he
thing
regressed.
That we thought he was
so we need him to step up for the Piston fans out there. Get it together.
And with the 13th pick,
we have the Denver Nuggets.
All right, and I feel like Denver always gets the gems. I don't know why, but they always end up getting them. So I feel like TJ Leaf may just fall right to him. And he's going to be like, all right, let's get him. He's an offensive forward. They don't really have that position anymore because they used to have Yusuf and Nurkic at the same time, which was amazing. But they were really the same player, and they were really centers and not power forwards. So you bring him in, you put him at the power forward, and then you of course have what you don't have when you let Yusuf go. but you do still have Nurkic.
Exactly.
So, you know.
Make it happen, Denver. And with the 14th pick, we got the Miami Heat.
The Miami Heat on fire. You know, it's a team down south down there. You know what I'm saying? LeBron left. Now y'all sad. Here comes some more sadness.
Yeah, my homeboy bandwagon fan. He only went there because LeBron went there. I don't know why he still root for him.
But
T, what up? Why?
Hey, he had to. You know what I'm saying? you stay true, cuz just stay there. Everybody be okay. The only reason I say stay there, though, is because I feel like Luke Kennard, the best shooter in the draft, is headed y'all way. So don't pay Dion Waiters all that money.
Don't give him any money.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
And that's what I'm saying.
Make him earn it. Give him 2 years at the most. Make him earn that money.
Very much so.
You saw the side a couple minutes ago. That's just because I'm really hoping that Luke Kennard can fall to the 16th pick.
With him being one of the hottest names of the draft, I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, his shooting has elevated him a lot higher.
Myself, I just think he really should go to the Hornets, honestly. But I just don't think that he would pick a Dookie.
Okay.
He wouldn't pick one. I just don't feel like he would do that.
He wouldn't do it.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, with the 15th pick, we got the Portland Trailblazers.
We got Portland, and Portland is picking a lot in this draft. A lot. And I feel like OG out of Indiana should be their pick because he's going to be, right, like we were saying with the trade that happened with Yusuf and Nurkic.
Exactly.
And Yusuf is going to ball, and you now have another piece to put right next to him to accompany that backcourt that's dynamic.
We already know with
second best in that side.
And Damian Lillard. You know those two boys they've been proven to show that they're NBA all-stars in their own right. So they just need a little more help in Portland. We know they got some young cats, but just keep taking steps forward, Portland. Y'all a little ways away, but I know y'all got a lot of dog in y'all. So just keep fighting.
Y'all in the West.
And with the 16th pick, we got the Chicago Bulls. My Chicago Bulls. You know what I'm saying? And again, hopeful wishing. I want them to be able to select Luke Kennard. If we can't get Luke Kennard, I would like to see us go after another shooter. We need shooters.
And
that's the only thing that we need.
And I feel like Justin Jackson's good there. I mean, there's also another candidate that could go there, which would be Jay Ferd.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be good for you too because he gives you some little shooting. But I just don't feel like they're gonna, pull the card early.
I would prefer us to go with Justin Jackson if we're not gonna be able to get.
And that's who I actually have as JJ is Justin Jackson. From Humboldt, Texas.
We got
the 17th pick.
Yeah, we got the Milwaukee Bucks.
And I feel like Milwaukee is one of those teams that have been hitting in the last couple of years. But guess what? That guy's gone, and he's with the Magic.
With the Magic.
So you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's gonna happen with y'all, but I hope good for the Magic. But I feel like if they were following that suit, they would probably get Harry Giles because he's a project, but at the same time, he can sit behind Thon Maker. That's another project that's going to be great.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They can just stockpile their talent. Because the Greek Freak is going to be the best player in the league in about 3 to 4 years.
Giannis. Again, Milwaukee, definitely can go a lot of different routes here. They need more shooting. They have the defensive side of the ball, so I think right now they really need to go offensive and find them someone that can put the ball in the basket. So I like Harry Giles. His offensive game is polished. We just got to keep the injury bug away from him. That's the only thing that's
and going on that team. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing because they do get injured on that team. Middleton, all of the mugs, Jabari.
Yeah, unfortunately, especially Jabari.
There's injury in the water.
Yeah. With the 18th pick, we got the Indiana Pacers.
The Naptown Pacers, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Naptown stand
and I feel like we should go ahead and get young Frank from overseas because he's 6'5". We're gonna miss Paul George.
Yep.
We're gonna need somebody to surround.
Rodney Stuckey's
and
gone.
Build around. Great. We can build around, and I feel like he's young enough. He's good enough. And he shows progression, even though it's over there. But he shows.
And Fran Fraschilla is very, very, very high.
Correct, and that's key.
He has a proven track record of calling out international players that have a high ceiling that actually come to the league and perform. So
that's true.
That's high praise on his end, and it's a good sign for the Pacers that they're going to be selecting
Frank.
I
just call him Frank because his last name, I think it's like Nilita or something like that. And
the 19th pick, we got the Atlanta Hawks.
And I feel like my boy, Mr. Patton, I think his name's Justin Patton.
Okay.
I think he should be picked there because, Millsap is probably going to be gone and Howard's probably going to be toast.
He's already phasing out of the league right now.
You know what I mean?
Mr.
That's
Dwight
a big
Howard.
spot there. You need a power forward and you need a center in the NBA. I mean,
because all
not
really, indications are that Paul Millsap will be on his way out, looking for a better deal. So, you know, Atlanta's looks like they're going to need a lot of help. And given how they performed in the playoffs this year,
and then we got the number 20th pick.
They're not even close. 20th pick, we have the Portland Trailblazers again.
The Portland Trailblazers back on the map, and I feel like they should go with Bam and just hit it.
Bam, bam, and just keep it moving. I think that will help them. They need a defensive presence. Go with it, Portland. With the 21st pick, we have the OKC Thunder.
Yes, we do, and I feel like DJ Wilson is going to be the best pick for Russell Westbrook because he's going to be able to stretch the floor. It's the kid from Michigan.
Absolutely.
He can shoot, and he's versatile. He's long. He's got that long, you know, prototypical body that the NBA is going for, and I feel like he can definitely help OKC.
OKC needs a lot of help. Go that way. With the 22nd pick, we have the Brooklyn Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets. Now, of course, they just did a trade, so they're kind of going to be a little bit weak behind Mozgov. I feel like Mozgov is okay, but he's definitely somebody that comes off the bench. So you're going to have a better power forward. He can score and also rebound.
He's a good placeholder until you can groom the next big man that they need to take.
And I think Ivan Rabb should be a guy that they look at or actually choose because he can sit at that 4 position and dominate more like a Derek Favors or maybe better.
Okay, I like the pick. California kid, and I think he'll do very well with the Nets. They can't go wrong at this point. They're so horrible. They gave up all their first round picks to the Boston Celtics, which we all know why that is. So
and they have another first round pick next year.
Exactly. They're just horribly run. Sell the team, Provorov. Just sell the team.
23rd pick.
23rd pick. We have the Toronto Raptors.
Toronto. You know, I feel
Ujiri. Remember
Ujiri's good. You know what I mean. So you're probably gonna get a blue collar worker out there, big, you know what I'm saying? So I would go ahead with Jared Allen. From Texas.
Yeah, Texas. I think, you know, the kid has a motor through this roof. Toronto will definitely be able to use that pick, Jared Allen, to the Toronto Raptors.
Yes,
with the 24th pick, we got the Utah Jazz.
And I feel like Ty, the guy from Syracuse, should go there.
Tyler.
He definitely is going to be a player that is going to help that team because I felt like looking at the playoffs, they missed that type of player.
They need shooters.
Even though that player should be there in Lyles, but
they don't give him enough burn.
Correct, and he's not helping him develop because they're not giving him the ball.
But I heard
he's a good trade.
I heard they may get rid of Favors, so you may see Mr. Trey Lyles getting a lot more PT.
Awesome.
With the 25th pick, we have the Orlando Magic.
So you know, I would. There's a lot of things, like I said, with this pick that they could do that I would love them to do.
Package it with the 33rd and the 35th, somebody, and the 35th if you wanted to,
and get it back up there in the top 10.
Top 10,
and get Isaac and Monk. That's all I can say.
That's all we can say.
Figure that out.
Make it happen.
Aaron Gordon.
With the 26th pick, we got the Portland Trailblazers.
And I feel like this pick is going to be key because I feel like they really should get T. Ferg. And they get T. Ferg, they sign him, they get rid of Evans' contract. Just get him out of there. Trade him to...
I thought you were going to be much better at it.
Yeah, you disappoint me right now.
You've been a serviceable guy, but you never turned into what your talent showed that you could be. So with the 27th pick, we got the Brooklyn Nets.
Again, we got Brooklyn. Now, of course, we already let it off with the trade, but I feel like they have a choice with the next two overseas guys.
Okay.
I think his name is, you gotta forgive me, Paskevicius and Hartenstein, the German. I feel like those two guys are, you know,
the best available prospects at that position, and I think they should go either one of those routes. Hartenstein will be my pick for them. I think that would help them out tremendously because Brooklyn needs a lot of help. With the 28th pick, we have the Los Angeles Lakers.
I would have to go with Kyle Kuzma there. I feel like he is a Larry Nance Jr. type of player, but better and polished. Actually, way better. And I feel like he could definitely help that team come back to what they're going to do with Lonzo Ball.
Well, if he's going to be more polished than Larry Nance, I like to see him because Larry Nance has a good base right now. He just needs to get more playing time, and he'll be better too. So Lakers, good to see them with 2 picks in the first round. Magic, bring them back up.
And the 29th pick we got.
The 29th pick we got the San Antonio Spurs.
The Spurs, you know, and it's amazing out of all the elite teams.
This will be an elite pick. Mark my words.
But the thing is, that's the key about this is out of all the elite teams, they still have their pick.
Yeah.
The rest of them don't even have their picks.
Cleveland.
They don't even have their picks, but they still have their pick to grow towards the future. That's an organization.
The Rockets.
You know what I'm saying? That's an organization. And I feel like they should go ahead and pick out of the 2 Europeans that's left, because that's probably what they're going to do, because they always hit on their Europeans. And they got 2 good ones left.
Immaculate.
And again, that's Hartenstein and the guy that last name starts with a T. I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, we've already butchered it enough. We apologize for butchering your name. And with the 30th pick, we have the Utah Jazz.
First round. Again, I would just go big there. I mean, they probably do need guard play, but I feel like they should go best need, and I feel like they should get your boy Bradley.
Okay, Tony Bradley.
Tony Bradley from UNC.
I like that pick.
And just, you know, stash him away and polish him up.
Yeah, because again, like we said, Derek Favors is going to be gone. They're definitely going to have a need for big men, and that could be a position that Tony could definitely step into. He's athletic, he's young, he's got so much raw talent. He just needs to have it developed, and I think Quinn Snyder will be able to do that for him. And then, so go ahead and take a Tar Heel.
And then, of course, all we got now is just basically the second round, and I feel like Caleb Swanigan definitely has to be looked at as a Draymond Green type pick in the second round.
We still got the Player of the Year, Frank Mason, still out there.
He's out there.
You know, we still got Motley from Oregon.
Definitely.
You know, it's just you know we got. I'm sorry, from Baylor. We got Hart from Villanova. We got Dylan Brooks from Oregon.
You got all those Oregon players actually.
A lot of Dorsey.
Tyler
Dorsey.
So you know, there's a lot of players left in the draft. We just wanted to give you the first round, and I feel like those are the best 30 players. He feels, you know, like we said, those are the best 30 players for the draft. That's it. We reached the end zone on another dime.
7.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody again for tuning in on another great show. You know what I'm saying? On the 30 going in. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the YouTube page. You know what I mean? Show us love. We're going to show y'all love.
Show us love.
We're going to bring it back next week for you.
NBA special.
Next time.